Hello young minds, we are going to see the liquid ratio, how to calculate the liquid ratio. Okay, in management accounting we are going to see the ratios. So first problem is find out the current ratio, acid test ratio and absolute liquid ratio. These are all the ratios called as liquid ratios. Okay, see the problem. 8% debenture, 2 lakh, long term loan 1 lakh, bills payable 60,000, creditors 70,000, bank overdraft 30,000, outstanding expenses 5,000, land and building 6 lakh 50,000, bills receivable 70,000, debtors 90,000, bank 45,000, short term investment 25,000, prepaid expenses 5,000, stock 30,000. From this we have to calculate the current ratio, acid test ratio, absolute liquid ratio, three ratios. These three ratios will be called as liquid ratio. Sometimes it may ask like calculate or find out the liquid ratios. In that time we have to do current ratio, acid test ratio, absolute liquid ratio. Okay, we have to see one by one. First one we are going to see the current ratio. So current ratio means, see the formula, current ratio equal to current asset divided by current liability. So what are all the current asset and current liabilities? We already studied in the 11th standard itself. Okay, so you know what are all the current asset and current liabilities, but quickly we'll learn what are all the items. Cash in hand, cash at bank, marketable securities, that is short term, that is within, it is tradable within 1 year, within 12 months. Okay, short term investment, that investment to be sold out within 12 months. Bills receivable, debtors, inventories or stock, work in progress, prepaid expenses. These are all the current asset. So this will be short term investment, short term assets. Okay, that's why they call it as a current asset. Next one, current liabilities, outstanding expenses or accrued expenses, bills payable, creditors, short term advances within 1 year, income tax payable, the tax to be paid within a year. Okay, so it will be taken as a liability, current liability. Dividend payable within a year we have to pay, so current liability. Bank overdraft, these are all the items will be taken as a current liability. So now we are going to see the problem. See, bills payable, current, what are all the items we kept nearby the current liabilities. First we mark the current liabilities. Okay, see the first one, 8% debenture, that is a long term liability, it will not come because we have to take only current liabilities. Long term loan, so it is a long term liability, so we need not to take. Bills payable, bills payable is a short term liability, so current liability, so we have to mark current liability. Creditors, so creditors, current liability. Bank overdraft, current liability. Outstanding expenses, current liability. Okay, next, these are all the asset items, so we have to see the asset items. Land and building, this is fixed asset, so it will not count. Bills receivable, so bills receivable current asset. Debtors, current asset. Where is data? Next, bank, current asset. Short term inventories, current asset. Prepaid expenses, current asset. Stock, current asset. So these are all the items current asset. These are all the items current liabilities. How many items in current liability? 1, 2, 3, 4. Current asset 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items. So we have to total all these current asset. We have to total all these current liabilities, and we have to enter. It will be automatically, it will be give the answer. Okay, current asset, bills receivable 70,000 plus debtors 90,000 plus bank 45,000 plus short term investment 25,000, prepaid expenses 5,000 plus stock 30,000. 6 items, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so the total how much? 2 lakh 65,000. 2,65,000. Now the same way we have to calculate the current liabilities. Bills payable 60,000, 60,000. Creditors 70,000. Bank overdraft 30,000. Outstanding 5,000. So the total of liabilities 1,65,000. Okay, now we substitute the formula. Current asset is 2,65,000, current liability is 1,65,000. So 2,65,000 current asset divided by 1,65,000 current liability. So the answer is 1.61. The rule of thumb is 2:1. So now our ratio is 1.61. So while we are comparing these two, so it means 1.61:1. So it is current asset, current liability. So here the rule of thumb is good position is current asset is 2% and current liability is 1. Okay, when we are comparing these things, their position is not in a good position, so we have to improve more. So we have at least we have to increase the current asset value, or else we have to reduce the liabilities position. Then only the company's position will be going to be good. Okay, this position is not good condition, so it will not be a sound position. So we have to concentrate on current asset improvement or current liability. We have to reduce the current liabilities. Okay, so we have to know the position of these things. Okay, next one, acid test ratio. Again, so more liquid can compare to current ratio. Okay, so liquid asset means current asset minus stock prepaid expenses. So current asset is 2,65,000 minus stock how much? 30,000, prepaid 5,000. So 35,000 we have to less, that's all. So while we are seeing the formula, liquid ratio divided by current liability, already we know current liability 1,65,000, current asset. Now we calculate 2,65,000 minus 5,000 means 2,30,000. now the ratio is 1.39. here the rule of thumb is 1:1. current asset, current liability. Okay, here the position, while we are comparing this position, it will be in a good position. Okay, it's a good liquidity when compared to these things. Okay, next we have to go for the third one, asset absolute liquid ratio. So absolute liquid ratio means cash, bank, temporary investment or marketable securities. We have to take all these things only. Okay, current liability as usual. You know current liability 1,65,000. How much is cash, bank and marketable securities? Here we have a cash, there is no cash, bank only available. Okay, so we have only bank, how much? Bank 40,000, short term investment 25,000. so that's all, I think so. Okay, here we have, there is no cash, bank available, investment available. Okay, so 45,000 plus 25,000, 45,000 plus 25,000. okay, so 70,000 divided by 1,65,000. the ratio is 0.42. the rule of thumb is 0.5. so it means 0.42. so here we have to need more concentration. so overall liquidity position is not in a adequate position, so we have to improve more. We have to concentrate for increasing the current asset value, or we have to reduce the current liability value. Then only we can get sound financial position. Okay, so these informations we can identify with the help of the current ratio, acid test ratio, absolute liquid ratio. Okay, hello friends, if you like this video, please, if it will be useful for you, please share your friends, and thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel. Have a happy